Welcome to Life on the Wabash, your home for the lighter, brighter, happier side of your community. We'll cover places to go, events to explore, recipes to try, and information that makes your life easier or more fun. Let's dive in. Good morning and welcome to Life on the Wabash. I'm Lindsay Varamis.
And I'm Rachel McDonald. This show is all about community connection. We want you to love where you live and explore on a deeper level.
It is also a teaching tool. Boilermakers like Rachel are producing this show and getting hands-on TV training in the process.
We've got a seasonal and sporty show cooked up for you today. A member of Purdue women's basketball is in the studio sharing what makes Mackey such an incredible place to play.
She's also dropping a fun fact you don't know about the Lady Boilermakers.
Plus, game day fashion with a feminine twist. Meet a local designer creating custom clothing for the women supporting NFL and college players.
This day trip is worth the drive. We're headed to the famed Chris Kindle Market in Carmel. Why this one is earning national recognition.
Looking for a meaningful holiday gift? Meet a Lafayette jewelry artist who's been creating beauty by hand.
And we'll meet the artisans and educators at Inspired Fire. If you've ever wanted to try your hand at glass blowing, stick around.
Finally, we're going deep inside the Purdue Surplus store, why this spot is a thrifter's dream.
Life on the Wabash starts now.
Purdue student by day, custom game day fashion designer by night. Her work has graced the sidelines and stands at Ross-Ade, and now NFL stadiums too. We've got McKenna Blazing of Styled by Kay here with us now to talk about how this all unfolded.
Yeah, so when I was growing up, I feel like I was always gravitating to the fashion that makes you look twice.
Yeah.
And kind of the behind the scenes process that goes in behind all the fashion looks like that you see on runways and everything like that. And so my boyfriend plays for Purdue football, and I was thrown into this football world, you know, with no prior knowledge whatsoever. And I was just searching hours and hours trying to find the perfect game day fit I was envisioning, and I just could not find it. And so I was like, why don't I just make it? And so then I started wearing these pieces out to game days, and it was kind of a snowball effect from there. I kept getting stopped and just like, where'd you get that from? Where'd you get it from? And then I just had all my friends and girlfriends that are also have players on the team. They're like, can you make me a look? Can you make me a look? And then now I'm like going out to game days and I'm seeing my work everywhere, which was so surreal just to have my work known and people coming up and be like, you're the girl that makes the rhinestone jerseys.
Yeah, so your business is still very new. You just started in May of 2025, Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so when you are creating a custom look, what's your process? Can you kind of walk us through that?
Yeah, so the best part about what I do is every design process is completely different and it's all dependent on the individual I'm working with. But the majority of my clients actually give me complete and total creative freedom on a lot of their orders, which is super fun.
Yeah.
And so I also have a lot of girls that kind of don't know what they want to wear or kind of want to do something different that's out of the realm of what they would normally wear. So that's kind of where I get to come in and personally style individuals and kind of create lookbooks and stuff like that and pull different pieces and throw ideas out there, have some calls and kind of go on from there and see what they want.
Perfect. Yeah. So it's also, you've gained like a lot more traction just through like social media and other things, and it's kind of become like a family business. So can you talk about that a little more too?
Yeah, so there was a time where I was getting, 5 orders a day and it kind of got, crazy, right?
Yes.
And I was not expecting it at all. And I'm just venting to my mom. I love my mom. She was like, I'll help you with your orders. And I'm like, really? And so she actually paints a lot of what you see. And I don't know if I'd ever be able to get as much done as I have now without her. So,
oh my word.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so cool. So how about your goals for the future? Where do you see Styled by Kay taking you?
Yeah, so right now I'm actually working with a store and they're opening up their second one, which is super big. And it's these 2 entrepreneur sisters that are super fashion forward. I'm creating a custom game day line for them right now.
Okay, so now we've been talking about all the pieces. So now I think we're gonna do a little fashion show, maybe talk about the pieces. So just walk us through.
Yeah, so now that NFL season is in full swing, I'm getting a ton of NFL orders. Just like this one, this is a denim hoodie, which is a different look. I've never seen a denim hoodie before this. And this is a Washington Commanders custom painted and rhinestone look. So this is perfect for when it gets colder. I love this, and all the custom jewel work on it too.
So cute, I love it.
And then up next, we have a Ravens 3-piece denim trench coat. I brought the trench coat this time. And so it is all hand painted, and these are Swarovski crystals. So we use super high quality gems. That way it really captures the light. And I try to pull different gems that pull purple. So we have some like white opalescent, some gold, and then of course we have the dark purple, and then the signature up top.
McKenna.
Yeah, thank you for having me today.
If you would like to have more fashion inspiration, you can connect with her on her Instagram and TikTok.
Thank you.
And we've got the handles right here on your screen.
We talk a lot about seasonal magic this time of year. Well, the warmth of the holidays can extend to the sporting world too. Today, it's time to touch on the magic of Mackey. Conference play is underway for Purdue women's basketball, and so is an effort to pack those stands. Purdue is giving away complimentary tickets to all Purdue employees, faculty, and staff for the December 21st game against Jackson State. Here to talk more about the season and the power of crowd support is sophomore guard Nia Smith. Nia, the team is doing really well at home, 5-0 so far. What is it about Mackey that makes it such a special place to play?
Yeah, first of all, thank you guys so much for having me. The magic of Mackey, I would just say, really has a lot to do with the fan base, like the unwavering support of everybody, and just the people who really genuinely enjoy like Purdue basketball really make it a special place to play. And it's just so exciting, especially being a transfer, to like see that support coming, especially like being in a women's sport.
When you look up at the stands, is there sort of an energy transfer from the crowd as an athlete?
Yes, there totally is, especially like they'll get hype over something really small, so like we feed off of that energy. And even just like the little traditions with like the dances and everything, like it's fun to even do as a player on the bench and just have fun and smile with your teammates.
You mentioned you transferred here. Why Purdue? Why was this place on your radar?
Just the people, like from the fan base to like my teammates to the coaches, like everybody's just so warm and welcoming, and it really made me feel like I could call this home, especially being from so far away, like in Atlanta where I can't see my family. This is my family away from my family.
Now, I've heard that unity is a big focus for the team this year. How is that manifesting?
Yeah, I mean, just even from going from like a small touch when a teammate makes a mistake, like, hey, you good, you got it. Like, just being positive and supportive, like, even when things aren't quite going our way, just knowing that your teammates are there to pick you up, like, when you fall, it's just incredible.
Being new to the team, individually, what's your focus right now?
My focus is just controlling the things I can control and playing my role. I feel like I'm a very good defender, and I feel like sometimes the offense isn't always there for me, and I'm still figuring it out. I'm young, but that's something that I can control and not have to think about so much. So taking my like job and be like, hey, I'm going to shut my person down, I feel like can go a long way.
We've seen women's basketball get a lot more visibility because of Caitlin Clark. Is there enough? Do we need more? What do you think as an athlete?
I think that we need more. We have so much talent throughout the country, like even like bringing in international students in, there's just so much like talent that needs to be like shown and supported. So I think we can use some more.
Okay, you heard that. Go to those games. Before we wrap up, I was curious if there's any fun fact that people don't know about you or don't know about the team.
I would say one fun fact about me is that I like to crochet. Like that's something that a lot of people probably wouldn't expect, but I find it really relaxing and like a nice hobby to just pick up and do whenever I have free time.
Now, are we talking sweaters, scarves, hats? What do you crochet?
Oh yeah, I just finished a sweater. I like to make a lot of like summer tops, and I think my next project is going to be like a little winter headband with like some fur.
So much fun. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, Nia.
Thank you.
And don't forget, tomorrow Purdue takes on Dayton. The game's right here at Mackey. Tip-off is at noon. And again, if you're Purdue staff or faculty, grab those free tickets to the December 21st game. The entire team would love to see you there.
We're here at the Carmel Chris Canoma, where the lights are bright, the music is cheerful, and the hot cocoa is calling our names.
Over 50 vendors are here selling everything from handmade crafts to traditional holiday treats.
And if you're looking for fun activities, there's ice skating, live performances, and plenty of festive fun on every corner to explore.
Let's go take a closer look.
From the moment guests step onto market grounds, it's clear that this isn't just any holiday attraction. The market's design is inspired by classic German traditions, wooden huts lined with greenery, sparkling lights, and classic holiday music playing throughout the village. For many, the Christkindlmarkt is a chance to step away from the rush of the season and save traditions from across the world.
Really love when people enter market grounds and they're just filled with awe and excitement. It is genuinely like an old world European market was dropped in the middle of Central Indiana. And I love when people are surprised to get it. I also love it when people are return guests and they are continuing their traditions that they've built up over the last 8 seasons, taking their photos, making memories with their families. That's my favorite.
And for many families, those traditions have become part of their yearly routine, taking photos by the Christmas tree, tasting their favorite snacks, and visiting vendors who return each season. The Carmel Christkindlmarkt has repeatedly been ranked one of the top Christmas markets in the United States. Organizers say it's all thanks to authenticity, tradition, and a community that fully embraces the holiday season.
I really think it's our goal to be authentic. We really want to feature authentic Germanic foods, products, culture, and education. And I think that that's what has set us apart, that it isn't just a Christmas market. It is a European market that people don't need a passport to experience.
Authenticity is also reflected in the craftsmanship on display. Many of the market's vendors travel from out of state and, in some cases, out of the country just to share their work. One of the most popular shops each year is the handmade cuckoo clocks. Each one is intricately carved and detailed, but these clocks are more than just souvenirs. They're keepsakes tied to family stories and holiday traditions.
Those stories are just so fun to hear, and then they can carry on that tradition with their kids and grandkids and so on. So they're just beautiful artwork. And when people come over and see your clocks, they often stare at them because they're so pretty. And these are all handmade, hand detailed, hand carved.
The Christkindlmarkt is more than just shopping, though. Around every corner, visitors can find live performances, demonstrations, and festive entertainment. The ice rink at the center of the mart gives families an opportunity to bundle up and glide under the twinkling lights. And of course, it wouldn't be a Christkindlmarkt without the food. From sizzling bratwurst to melty raclette, warm pretzels, and rich hot chocolate, there are countless holiday favorites to enjoy this season. Well, it's official. The Christkindlmarkt has something for everyone. From shopping to snacking to skating, it's the perfect way to celebrate the holiday season with family and friends.
We come from the hot cocoa, but stay for the holiday cheer, and you should too.
The Christkindlmarkt runs through December 24th, so there's still plenty of time to come experience the holiday magic for yourself.
And trust us, you won't want to miss this.
Happy holidays, everyone!
Cheers!
Sharon Owens has been living in Lafayette for more than 30 years and has mastered the art of glassblowing. But why would somebody get into glassblowing of all things?
From early on, I've been interested in the arts. I did drawing and painting since 3rd grade. But when I saw glassblowing, you used to be able to see it in the malls, or my father took us out to West Virginia and saw Blinko, Pilgrim, and Fenton. I was fascinated by glass. But living here in Indiana, I never saw places that taught it very much. So my initial was at Purdue University taking a chemistry glassblowing course. But just the medium of glass is so incredible to work with. It's translucent, transparent, opaque, and it flows like honey. Or it's just an incredible medium to work with. It's unlike anything other. It's kind of like playing with pure color. Oh, I think my favorite part is when I'm sitting behind the torch creating or doing a combination of furnace and flame work. Being able to express my creative nature is just a lot of fun for me. But I do enjoy sharing, my creations with other people, or my energy and passion with glass with other people as well. I think glass is just such a unique medium to come and play with. It's sort of a cross of taffy and clay and all the colors of paint all mixed into one medium. And yet there's transparency, that you can add different layers to the glass, that you would have to do lots and lots of painting to get that much depth that you can easily get in glass. And I think that's one of the things that I find so fascinating about glass, that I think is so unique, that people ought to at least come try it once in their life, because it's so unique.
Sharon opened her own glassblowing studio right here in Lafayette, Inspired Fire.
it's this incredible place to come learn to blow glass, learn to work with glass, play with glass. I basically created it about almost 25 years ago. And I also wanted an incredible place where you could shop and see all kinds of levels of glass and local artists and drawing, painting, photography, woodworking. So to have some really high-end, beautiful artwork for sale, as well as a chance to be able to do some of that yourself. One of the ways we work in glass is fusing, where you're taking a piece of flat glass and then adding layers of colored flat glass on top of it. And then later it's melted in a kiln. That's a great entry-level beginning class that we offer. You may make a tile or a sun catcher or a plate or pendants. That's a great way to start. Flame working is another beautiful way of working actually with the fire. Everyone's sitting behind a torch. They have a glass rod in their hand. They're adding the glass rod to a piece of metal and turning the metal around so that it forms a bead. And that's a great way of beginning to understand how glass flows and melts and has all different cool designs in it. Just come in and try. We've got a variety of entry-level classes. We have a variety of classes you can just try making one article if you want. And so it's depending on what you want to try. We have that on different levels. And we have flame working, we have furnace glass blowing, we have fusing, we also have casting. So if it's a way to work with the glass hot, we're playing with it usually.
If you're interested in trying glass blowing out yourself and making beautiful artworks, check out Inspired Fire's Instagram or go to their website.
With the holidays right around the corner, a lot of us are searching for meaningful and personal gifts. Today, I'm joined by Debbie Limerick, the artist behind Retha Lee Handmade Jewelry. Since it's gift-giving season, what makes your pieces so special, Debbie?
It's all handmade. You're supporting local, small businesses, women-owned business. And I don't know, I try to make unique stuff so that there's a style for everybody. I know it's hard to please everybody, but I like so many different styles that I figure if I make all kinds of different styles like copper or the stretch bracelets and stuff, that there's something for everybody.
So Debbie, you hand make all of your jewelry. Can you walk us through some of these pieces and what makes them special to you?
I like just starting with a bead and a piece of wire and stuff, and just, I don't know, imagination runs wild.
Yeah.
And I'll have a picture in my head of what I want it to look like, but it doesn't always come out looking like that. I'll start out to make earrings and end up with a necklace or a bracelet. But
sure.
I've learned a lot of stuff, like watching other artists and stuff, how to make different links. I like working with gemstones, the semi-precious gemstones. Hit me one day.
Yeah.
I found a piece of wire where I worked at and sat down and played with it and made a bracelet. And I'm like, well, this isn't bad.
Yeah. Your business is called Retha Lee Handmade Jewelry. Where did that name come from?
I was adopted, and that was my birth name, Retha Lee.
Oh,
I was named after my birth grandmother and aunt. And so that was my first and middle name.
Very nice.
And I found my mom in 2019, and she also made jewelry.
Oh my gosh, what a coincidence. Yeah. That's awesome.
But when I started this, I was like, the jewelry is going to start where my start. We're going to have the same name.
Very active in the local markets. Where can the community find you next?
I have one coming up the 20th. It is at Dimension 7 Hub downtown. We're going to be down there doing that. Yeah, and then that's probably the last one for the year.
Okay, well, just in time for the holiday season then.
And I have lots of stuff, something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Debbie, thank you so much for sharing your creativity with us today. Be sure to check out Retha Lee Handmade Jewelry on Etsy or in person this holiday season for more meaningful gift ideas.
Once a butler to the royal family, he's now sharing holiday entertaining advice in the Hoosier state. We sat down with Anthony Caudron for a look at elegant tablescapes and ways to minimize holiday stress.
Could you share some tips for guests who are coming to dinner and some etiquette tips for them?
Yes, certainly always make sure you've RSVP'd so that your host knows that you're coming. And sometimes people ask you to bring something, or you can ask them if they would like you to bring something. So follow those instructions. Offer to help if there's something that needs to be done when you get there, because sometimes people are a little behind the schedule when you get there. and try not to crowd the kitchen, because the kitchen's where everything is happening.
Yeah.
So, if necessary, try and sort of move people out of the way so that the host and hostess or the family who's hosting can, get on with their work. Try and make sure that everyone gets access to everything. So if there's a buffet, make sure that people can go through it quickly and easily. I love two-sided buffets so that people can go down both sides.
Yeah, which that
because
could be
it
like
makes
your kitchen table.
Yes, exactly. So that makes it quicker. Encourage people when they sit down is to not necessarily have to wait for the whole table to fill, because then the food is spoiling.
Okay, yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yep, let's start.
Go ahead and start.
Because somebody may not even arrive, or somebody may go and sit at a different table, and so you're all waiting for nothing. Many places or many people would like to say a grace or say some word of thanks, so it's generally best to not be eating when that happens. And if it is a past table where all the dishes are on the table, do your best to make sure everyone has access to things. So if you've got the sweet potatoes in front of you, did you have it? Oh yes, there's another dish down there. So just making sure that everyone is looked after. And if you see a pitcher of water or a pitcher of iced tea and people have empty glasses, go ahead and help.
Jump in.
Try and make conversation. Some people will have gone to quite extraordinary lengths of who's sitting where, and you may not be sitting next to somebody that you've met before, or maybe a member of the family that you're not that close with. Use that as an opportunity to make conversation and learn about them. I think people tend to sit with people they know because it's easy, it's comfortable, and you don't have to worry about conversation, but life isn't always that way. So if you can extend your family group or meet some people that you haven't seen for many, many years, that's a good thing. Help when asked, or if you're offering to help and people say, no, that's fine, then you've done your bit. And then as soon as, obviously, as everything's over and you've gone home, it's a really nice idea to send a thank you note. A text, yes, all well and good, but a thank you note in the mail 3 or 4 days after just reassures people that you had a good time and that they did a nice job. And if you can highlight, I loved your centerpiece, or I thought the baked potatoes were exceptional, or
pinpoint something.
Something that sort of just sticks out in their minds that you did the right thing. And again, good manners at the table will generally get you invited back.
Photography has always been popular for life's signature moments, weddings, graduation, and family milestones like childbirth. But area photographers are noticing new motivations for photo sessions. They say people are now using photography as a form of self-care to improve body image and boost confidence.
Yes, beautiful.
When clients step in the studio with Vanessa Eisenberger, they're looking for photos, but often find transformation.
We only see one version of ourselves in the mirror. We don't see these other moving, dynamic sides of ourselves, and I get to show them what I notice.
Eisenberger has been a photographer for 15 years, capturing weddings, families, and newborns.
When I started having kids, I felt my need to be seen and to feel beautiful as my body was changing and as I was changing. So I started experimenting with my own photos.
She wasn't alone in those feelings. Women began reaching out to her for a different, more intimate style of photography.
When I started this 9 years ago, I really didn't hear about this at all. And now the past few years, more photographers are coming out. It's just more of a forefront thing. This is something that women want. We are strong, sensual, human women and want to celebrate that and capture that in a photograph or in print or albums and have that tangible evidence of it.
Rachel Sitars of Bohemian Lights Photography is also noticing a change.
I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to do personal branding, whether that is for their social media, for their companies, if they're an influencer, just getting content that is high quality that they can share out.
While people will always use photos to document milestone moments, she says the focus is expanding to include images that build confidence by capturing the subject in a new light.
The best compliment I ever got, someone was just like, oh my gosh, that's not me, that's me. And I'm not editing out those imperfections. You're embracing them and showing them and having that love, and it's that confidence that comes through.
It can be a vulnerable experience, but also an empowering one.
Before the shoot, almost every single person will text me and be like, I'm freaking out right now. I'm so scared to come to this space where I'm facing my fears of, am I overweight? Am I not gonna love my photos? Am I gonna see things that I don't love about myself? And then we start shooting and I show them their first photos and they're like, what? Is that me? Right there, is that me? I love what I see. And as women, we don't say that very often.
It's part photo session, part therapy. With each snap, photographers aim to help you shed insecurities and at times rebuild self-esteem.
People are very hard on themselves, always. Your flaws are not flaws, they make you you. They're part of your past, part of your history.
Whether you cross their lens or not, they hope you remember you're perfect.
You don't need to change.
Just as you are.
Today we are going to explore Producer Plus, a campus resource that helps students to furbish their space affordably while promoting the sustainability. From desk and chairs to unique finds, Surplus gives secondhand items a new purpose and keeps them out of the landfills. Let's see how this program makes smart shopping and green living part of campus life.
Producer Plus has been in existence for about 60 years, and our main mission is to reduce landfill contributions and to responsibly dispose of university-owned items. We do that through recycling and redistribution, and then the surplus store is a product of trying to do that through reselling as well. A majority of our items are university-owned, so they come from laboratories, offices, dormitories, residence halls, and dining halls. A small portion of our items come from students who leave things in their dorm when they move out in the spring. We have some lost and found items. The co-rec will bring us items that they clean out of lockers and things like that. The surplus team is, including myself, 8 people, and they've all been here for several years. So when we go pick up items that a department is disposing of or getting rid of, just experience sort of tells them how to price it. If we get an unusual item, we'll do some internet research. We'll look at resale sites like eBay or some other auction sites. We also look to our peers. Other universities also have surplus operations, so we'll look at their operations and see what they're pricing like items. We do collaborate with the Office of Sustainability. We participated in Earth Day with them. We have done e-waste collections with them. They have helped us write grants trying to get equipment and things like that. So we provide them with data on weight that has been diverted from landfills. So we do work closely with them.
The sustainability starts right here on campus. By giving second-hand items a new purpose, students save money and reduce waste, making smart choices for themselves and the environment.
If you have a story you'd like to see in our next episode of Life on the Wabash, send us an email, connect with us on Instagram, or subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We'll be taking a short break over the holidays, but we'll be back with fresh episodes in February. Until then, we encourage you to explore more and have a happy Saturday.
Brought to you in partnership with Purdue University Brian Lamb School of Communication and NBC 16 Lafayette, a Star City TV station.